Okay, hello fellow. This is SCC 2018, and this is the first day of SCC 2018. I can feel the heat and excitement from you guys, as well as inside Samsung. Today, I like to throw a huge questions. My title of talk is what can be the game changer in the fourth industrial revolutions. And subtitle of my talk is can Tigress be a game changer in the fourth industrial revolutions? That's a huge question, right? I'm Heekwan Lee from mobile communication business and responsible for the security engineering, especially Secure OS. And let's begin. How many of you have you heard about Tigress before? How many? None? Okay. How many of you have you heard about the fourth industrial revolutions before? Almost everybody. Yeah. In the news and internet, they just keep saying about the fourth industrial revolutions. Now, I'm responsible for these two questions. One is, what is Tigress? And the other is, what is the fourth industrial revolutions? And let's begin. Content of my talk, it consists of three bodies. One is about introducing our Secure OS Tigress. And second thing is, what is industrial revolutions? I will covering some of the core dots of the first industrial revolutions and try to summarize in words what is the fourth industrial revolutions. And lastly, I just put it together and answer the proposed my questions. Okay? The first, what is Tigress? Briefly. Tigress is Samsung's Secure OS in the mobile devices. Offer the various security functions for Samsung Knox, Samsung Pay, and biometric authentications. And from 2016, it is applied to worldwide in the Samsung mobile devices. And Tigress is the name TEE plus Tiger. The TEE is the other name of the Secure OS, Trusted Execution Environment, and plus Tiger. Actually, the Tigress is tiger in Portuguese. We just name our Secure OS. We wish this Secure OS is as strong as Tiger, so we just name it as Tigress. Okay, at this stage, probably you just think that, okay, Tigress is Samsung Secure OS, then it doesn't ring my bell. So I like to just go over what the operating system does in the mobile devices. What does operating system do in the mobile devices? Even in personal computers. Operating system does everything what the program needs. Without operating system, application cannot run. Application is compiled and inverted into executables and put on the memories and runs. Operating system does everything, process management for the program, and memory management for the program, allocating memory, and free the memory for the program. And it helps to application use the file system and also help the application use hardware like network driver, NFC, Bluetooth, and Wi-Fi. And also help application to use peripherals or cameras and other things. So in summary, operating system does everything what the program needs. And what about the secure operating systems? Secure operating system does also everything what the secure application needs. Generally, most of application processor supported by the ARM architecture runs in two modes. To say exactly, support two modes. One is normal mode, and the other one is secure mode. In normal mode, rich OS, Android OS, and Linux kernel runs. Now, most of the applications distributed by the Android App Store runs in the normal mode. Also, the basic functionality like phone calls, SMS, alarms, and clocks runs in the normal mode. The entry point of the normal mode is open to everybody, so it can be revealed to many attacks. As a contrast, in secure mode, entry entity is tightly controlled. Also, entry point is tightly controlled. And the code and data running in the secure mode is heavily assessed. And the other key point is secure mode used a separate memory from the normal mode. In secure mode, the secure operating runs and controls everything. And that's why the secure mode, secure OS, is to guarantee the security. In Samsung Mobile, Tigress is a Samsung secure OS running in the secure mode. Okay, you just got the point that we just go over what the operating system does in the mobile devices and what is secure mode and what is secure OS. And let's look into more details. This is the service architecture of Samsung Mobile in perspective of the security. In the front, there's various secure applications is running, like Samsung Pay and biometric authentication like fingerprint, iris authentications, and also face recognitions, and Samsung Pass. Also, we have DRM contents management like HDCP and wideband applications and other things. This kind of secure application need crypto operations and policy controls. What kind of crypto operation they need? Key generations for the encryptions and key management for the encryption and decryptions. Also, authentications and data protections and content protection and privacy protections and access control, these kind of things. And Tigress is behind the curtain and does everything for the secure applications. Probably you might use the Galaxy devices, but you don't know the existence of Tigress yet. But now you just begin to know. There is Tigress behind the curtain. And let's look into the secure services in more detail. What about the biometrics? As I told you, we support the various biometric authentications like fingerprint, iris, and face recognitions. Related to that, we have Samsung Pass services. The biometric authentications is dealing with the biometric information. That is very sensitive information, so should be handled with extra care. The biometric information should be stored in the very safe place. For that, Tigress does authentications and data protections by encryption and decryptions, and does the key management and privacy protections and access controls. some other application, secure application is Samsung Pay. Samsung Pay is dealing with the transaction of money. So that information is also very important and has to be secured. So for that, we do the authentication of the user, and also we protect the transactions of data, and we do the key management for that and access control. This is all TEEGRIS does for the Samsung Pay. The other applications, Samsung Knox, is also, we are behind the curtain and support Samsung Knox for the various applications. Authentication, data protections, key management, content protections, privacy, and access control. Just the same thing. Lastly, we have another applications like Widevine and HDCP, DRM content protections. Also, TEEGRIS does, Samsung Secure OS does, authentication and data protections and content protections, and support all this kind of functionality. So, I just covered that what is operating system and what is Secure OS and what does Samsung Secure OS TEEGRIS does in the Samsung Mobile. Okay. And then I'm responsible for the second questions, the fourth industrial revolutions. Let's switch the gear. What is the fourth industrial revolutions? Maybe you heard the many words, 5G, artificial intelligence, remote health, autonomous driving, blockchains, Internet of Things, and big data and clouds. Those are the buzzwords. And what is the definition of the fourth industrial revolution then? I'm trying to answer this question by covering 3 core dots of the fourth industrial revolution and try to summarize it in words. It's getting interesting, right? Okay, what is the first core dots of the fourth industrial revolution? IoT. What is the definition of IoT? Devices are connected to each other and communicate to each other and help people for a better life. I guess that's the definition of IoT. The concept of IoT was there in the industry and as well as the academia for 10 years, like a ghost, like hunting around. But now you just feel that by the home IoT, the era of IoT is coming. But what I'm thinking is the genuine era of IoT hasn't been emerged yet because we have such a limited capability of the communications. To push through the data into the trillions of devices, we need more data rate. That is what? 5G. That's the next core dot of the fourth industrial revolutions. Maybe just few megabytes data rates will be enough for you for even streaming ultra high definition movie. But to send the data for the millions of devices, trillions of devices, 4G is not enough. So we need gigabps data rate. So we need information shower, we need information flood. And 5G enabled that. And we have a body, but what is missing? We need a soul for the first industrial revolution. That's the next our core dots. AI, artificial intelligence. Devices should evolving themselves to help people. that requires machine learning, deep learning, and devices should evolving, and devices should learn the data from the data, their data, and we need artificial intelligence to complete the fourth industrial revolution. That's the last puzzle. Then, this is the time that I have to summarize the fourth industrial revolution. What is the fourth industrial revolution in words? Trillions of devices communicate to each other, connected to each other, and help human beings for a better life in an intelligent way. In short, devices are connected and evolving themselves for the people. In short, automation of connected intelligent devices. In short, Internet of intelligent things. I think the fourth industrial revolution can be summarized in words like Internet of intelligent things. Okay? And what are the core applications of the fourth industrial revolution to change your life? The first example is autonomous driving. Various sensors and things will be on the road as well as inside your car and connect to each other and communicate to each other for driving. And the security is the main issue for the autonomous driving, right? What else for the core application for the fourth industrial revolutions? Remote health. Various sensors on your skin or various sensors maybe everywhere to communicate to each other and monitoring your health conditions and just send the data of your health condition to the health center and remotely just monitoring your health conditions and report it to you. And also you consult your doctor remotely. That's the remote healthcare. Also, remote healthcare dealing with the very sensitive data, so it requires extra security. What else? Probably you just heard a bunch of things from the home IoT. Things and sensors are connected. And there's many of the devices inside your home, so the security and safety is a big issue there. Another core application to change your life in the fourth industrial revolution is smart factory. Like smart home, sensors and things are connected and communicate to help people and to just autonomous factoring. So reliability of the programmable devices is very critical in the fourth industrial revolutions. But look at this. We are very suffering from many attacks. Buffer overflow, stack overflow, heap overflow, return to libc attack, return to oriented program attacks. Those are the attacks, classical, typical attacks, just happening daily basis. And each year, we experience the big attack from the outside. 2016, we are suffered from the stage flight attack. 2017, we are suffered from the dirty cow attack and the king root attack. And even this year, the beginning of this year, we are suffering from meltdown and spectral attack. Probably you heard that. We are living in a world of danger. So what should we do? the connection between the Industrial 4.0 and the TEEGRIS. To have a secure automations of the connected programmable things, we have to just provide a trusted execution environment, the secure OS. And that is providing the isolation of the memory for the data and the process, and provide hardware-backed security, and that's what TEEGRIS give it to you. And what can TEEGRIS do in the fourth industrial revolutions? Securing the learning data in on-device AI. TEEGRIS can do that, and can provide the secure OS for IoT devices and hubs, and also can provide the secure OS for the autonomous driving. Also, TEEGRIS can protect the personal health data and sensing data in the individual devices. Let's look at it just one by one. On-device AI, they used NPU, but in the framework, in the Android framework, they use Android NN. There's a lot of flow in between. So also, there's no secure mode in the NPU, neural processing units. But TEEGRIS can secure the data inside the devices. They can protect the data flow. So I just prepared the effect sound. Are you hearing the sounds of tiger? TEEGRIS can do this kind of things. I have to stop this. And in home IoT, there's a lot of sensors and things. There will be some vulnerability in your code. Maybe it's vulnerable for the stack overflow, buffer overflow, heap overflow kind of attack, and return to libc attack kind of things. And also there will be some attacks. And TEEGRIS can cure this kind of attacks in home IoT. And also in IoT smart factories, it's the same thing. So also, TEEGRIS can cure this kind of situations. TEEGRIS can attack the attacks. And in autonomous driving, the safety and security is extremely important. So the secure OS for the autonomous driving, TEEGRIS can be the great candidate. TEEGRIS can just protect your data and just guarantee the safe driving for you. And also, the remote healthcare, there will be a lot of attacks. Sensitive data should be secured, but the TEEGRIS can solve the problem. Okay, no more tiger sound. TEEGRIS can be, as a conclusion, TEEGRIS can be Samsung's platform for the various secure services in the first industrial revolutions, Internet of Intelligent Things. Why be TEEGRIS? TEEGRIS is the first global platform certified secure OS in the world. So that guarantee the security. We got certified last year for the first time in the world. So security is guaranteed by the global platform. Also, in the perspective of the performance, TEEGRIS can support multi-core and multi-thread, multi-instance programming. So in performance, this is world best too. For more information, I did the same thing. I did a speech in the last year SDC 2017, so you can just find video clips in the YouTube and you can enjoy. And for distributing SDK, we have early access program for the partners. So if you're interested in, you can just contact me for SDK release and just discuss about business opportunities. Questions? No questions? Okay.
Hi. So you talked a little bit about protection from buffer overflows and exploits that deal with memory corruption. Can you talk a little bit about how that actually works behind the scenes? How do you detect and prevent those exploits from happening?
That's a good question. Because as I told you, when I just explained about the secure mode, the code and data of the running in the secure mode is tightly assessed. We just having a process of assessment. So we just protect the buffer overflow and heap overflow, all that kind of things, and just protect that. So that's why we can just protect the heap overflow and buffer overflow, that kind of attacks. Even the dirty cow attack kind of things, or cache attacks, we review the code and we do the heavy assessment process. That's why we do that. Thank you. More questions? Any more questions? I have 10 more minutes for the questions. If you have no more questions or in public, so you can just grab me here in the corridor and outside. And thank you for your patience and enjoy the rest of the show. Thank you.